The entire team is Korean.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. iLift coming out versus cFive. cFive showing off that Mewtwo. Another one of those characters like Meta Knights where I'm just not sure on which side of the coin they will fall on. A lot of people hyping up the character, and a lot of people being a little bit disappointed at the changes compared to Smash 4.
Yeah, in the earliest stages of the demo, I had Mewtwo slated for one of the best in the game.
Yeah.
Now I just feel like I haven't seen much of him at all, so it's hard to call. But I did get a glimpse of cFive's gameplay in the crew battles yesterday. He did quite well as the opener for the Austrian team. But either way, Chrom, one of those characters that kind of came out of nowhere. I think everyone thought he was going to be buns after they saw his recovery. And
I remember Li tweeting Chrom being the worst character in the game, and look at him now getting, you know, he was right. Chrom sucks. Look at that. He got destroyed off stage.
Yeah, what a terrible character.
Why would you play Chrom instead of Roy, right? The back air coming through. No sour spot on that. That is going to be killing a light character like Mewtwo quite easily.
Looks like you answered your own question right there, Ramses.
Yeah, why would you play Chrom? That is the reason why you play Chrom. Look at that Nair jab. A lot of early damage right there. Not going to continue his advantage state, and cFive utilizing all that space to set up that Shadow Ball and set up that slow-paced Mewtwo neutral with a lot of burst range coming out due to his dash speed.
And iLift all the way back in this now, taking the lead over cFive after a pretty shaky start. Of course, Chrom, got to be willing to accept that your chances of getting back to the stage are pretty low.
Yep.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Of course, due to the directional air dodge and some other tricksies you could use, it is not as bad as it appears at first glance.
You have options. It's just a very exploitable recovery right here. And even though cFive is ahead in percents, I would say that iLift is definitely looking stronger here. A lot of kill power on Chrom and a very light character in Mewtwo. And let's see, how is he going to end out this stock? A landing up air, but no pressure afterwards.
Yeah, the neutral air out of shield immediately from cFive to respond.
And if cFive dies, he has to watch out for that neutral air to up B combo. So let's see how he's going to end out the stock. Is he going to hit the Shadow Ball? A nice spacing by iLift. That was impeccable.
It's exactly what you have to do as Chrom. Sweet spot the edge. It's not going to auto snap on the way up. And in order to further ensure that you don't die early, that's a necessity.
Did you see that cross up on the Nair? That was excellent. No punish by cFive on the up smash, but the up throw will close out the stock. And that's a big deal right there. iLift needs to get the stock ASAP because the early combos with Rage are that much more potent.
Just going to throw the confusion out in case iLift was blocking at the edge. Maybe pick up some free damage, but either way, cross stage back air still strong enough.
Let's see, is iLift going to end this stock early? There's a Nair, and another Nair, and the forward air, and the up B almost going to connect. Very, very close, and a good amount of damage right there for iLift. cFive lives to fight another day.
Perfect spacing to throw that out at, because you could decide midway through your up B, do I want to go for the Kamikaze, or do I want to just bring it back to stage and stay alive?
The Kamikaze, I love it. Way better than the Unga Bunga.
That's just his whole gameplay.
Right,
is the Unga Bunga. Oh, all right, his wife getting back to stage just for her, whoever she may be. Canonically, we have no idea, I guess, right? Or it's Sumiya? I don't know. I'm going to stop nerding out real quick.
Look at that. The Shadow Ball. Big damage, big knockback, but iLift is going to make it back. And the forward tilt, I haven't actually seen that move yet, but that is going to kill.
That new animation is so sick.
Yeah, just slaps him.
Yeah.
That's the strongest tail whip I've ever seen.
Right? Yeah, his defense is -6 now.
-6, just like that. And I do feel like forward tilt has its place on Mewtwo's kit now. Down tilt, a little bit less of a combo starter. Forward tilt, I think it has slightly more range than down tilt in this game.
Yeah, I believe so.
And with the running tilts, that is going to be a big deal.
And the pivot forward tilt as well, a very common option. Before everyone gets their controllers notched to do pivot down tilts, that's going to be the go-to.
iLift changing to Pichu here. 2 light characters, 2 glass cannons basically. So this is going to be a quick match, if anything.
Yeah, no weight and a lot of kill power on both of these two. And I think Mewtwo, a character who I'm not fond of playing against small characters, but I'm not sure what cFive's philosophy on this is. But man, it's so easy to get overwhelmed by the quick hitboxes, and when you just struggle to hit them, your short hop fairs go over their head a lot of the time. It could be relatively difficult. That said, because he's so short, he also has very stubby limbs and low range on his attacks, which Mewtwo loves to fight against. Yep,
Mewtwo definitely does not have an issue with range, but that dash attack is not the optimal choice. iLift sitting on a decent lead, but getting off of the ledge is going to be hard as cFive connects that down tilt into the up air, into a juggle, and iLift just cannot touch the ground here.
And the dashing up tilts from cFive See, that's such a great tool to poke through the platform. Even here on Hazardless Smashville, which has a relatively high platform height. Mewtwo, so tall that he's still able to hit it. But
look at that.
Yes, there we go. The stray back air just going to connect.
Yeah, as we mentioned before, that rising back air hitting both rising and landing, just putting up a wall for the opponent to get past. And that's also very hard when you're a big body like Mewtwo is.
Going to use the agility to get back all the way to the other side of the stage. cFive, Shadow Ball, almost
back
ready
throw?
to go, but it doesn't matter.
Yep, that is Pichu, that is Smashville, still a relatively small stage in terms of width. Look at that, the early pressure by Pichu and the early gimp by Pichu. cFive, a little bit of a miss angle right there. You hate to see that kind of thing happen.
Yeah, you saw him kind of freeze up because he wanted to account for the volatility of teleport recoveries under edges in this game, and that actually ended up costing him. He didn't have the distance to do it, and you know, also the wrong angle.
Look at that, Pichu looking to take this game home, but because of this matchup, I don't want to count cFive out just yet. Pichu might die in like 20%, but
so can Mewtwo. This character hits so hard.
And the switch to Pichu definitely working out right here for iLift. And look at that, the wink. Pichu is so cute. That's my boy right there, or girl, whichever you prefer.
Whatever, I don't know. I just default to calling most of the Pokemon male, other than Jigglypuff.
Other than Ivysaur, you mean?
Yeah, a lot of people called Ivysaur female in Brawl, so yeah, I see that.
See, the thing is, I honestly believe that your Pokemon, if you're playing Pokemon Trainer, your Pokemon are whichever gender you want them to be.
That's true. You got Wifeysaur.
Okay, never mind. Ivysaur is a guy.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Husbandosaur doesn't just roll with the tongue like that, huh?
No, it doesn't. But either way, we're going to see a Chrom pick now from cFive instead of iLift. What a reversal of fates here.
Yeah.
He can change the future.
And he's going to try right here. The falchion definitely going to be a big boon when fighting against Pichu, using that range to beat out Pichu's stubby little limbs.
Right, we saw this matchup between Lancelot and
Yeti.
Yeti, yes, there we go. Another Austrian player, actually.
Exactly.
But this time, the shoe's on the other foot in terms of the character and country pairing.
And cFive switch is looking great so far. The control that he has over this game is definitely pushing him towards the win right now. And ooh, that forward smash so early into the match.
That was brutal, man. And just like how Mewtwo is able to outrange Pichu very easily, Chrom can do the same thing, except he's a lot less prone to getting low profiled.
Yeah.
And we've seen so many less whiffs as a result of that. And also, he's a bit faster, just a slight bit faster in terms of ground speed than Mewtwo.
Slight bit faster, and the sweeping motions on the sword, that is what makes it so easy to hit a small character like Pichu.
Yes, that forward air, the up air, bringing it all the way back down. And of course, everybody's favorite, that neutral air, which just leads into so much damage.
Did you see that parry right there? Excellent answer to the T-Jolt landing. Spaced forward smash going to be relatively safe. iLift not going to find an answer. And the roll through coming out twice. Going to return the favor right here, but no corner pressure for iLift.
Yeah, you see that stubbiness of Pichu coming back to haunt him. Just not able to get away from the shield grab so easily.
And the kill.
Jeez.
iLift evening up the stocks at the very least, and he's 2 good combos away from evening up the percentages as well. But the kill power differential is definitely there.
Yeah, we're going to see Pichu get mopped up by probably the next forward tilt near the edge. That said, he could kill at 0 with some edge guards as well.
True.
Chrom, one of the less reliable recoveries in the game. Not horrible by any means, but not great.
So many parries coming out and so many doing mad work. Look at that jab, denying iLift out of the air.
Oh, cFive reaching very hard right there. And due to the nature of how agility works, you're going to see Pichu sneak back on stage, take the control back. Oh, dangerously close.
That forward smash definitely would have ended it.
cFive just waiting for an option, decides to throw the forward tilt, but that gives iLift just enough time to get back.
And look at iLift, man. He's pulling it back all the way from the jaws of defeat. 150% on this Pichu, but he's just refusing to die. It's 85 on cFive, and that's definitely not out of the woods yet. And there's the kill confirm. There's the forward tilt.
And there's the taunt.
Taunt. He's trying to change the future, man. iLift. What are you going to do? Down there?
Oh, I like that by cFive, though, aiming his recovery onto the stage.
Yeah.
Even if he got intercepted out of the up B because he was already holding so far forward, he maybe would have had a chance to tech. Probably not due to the shape
right
of FD.
there by iLift, even though cFive did land on the stage there.
Game 3. Last stock here for iLift, and about to be the same thing for cFive if he manages to land a kill move.
Down tilt. Agility, not what you wanted right there.
Yeah, can't imagine that was an intentional input right there.
Okay, there it is. iLift with the double forward smash, calling out the roll. cFive has been rolling quite a bit this set, and iLift catching on right there. But he is going to get caught by the double edge dance delay right there.
Very similar to a Meta Knight forward smash, for example. Just throw it out. Okay, I whiffed. Not a lot of downtime. Just going to retreat and throw another one. And cFive taking the bait.
Yep, iLift definitely still in this game. Look at that. He's got a lot of momentum going on after lost stock, after pulling it back so far. And he's only down like 40% right now.
That shield getting mauled by Chrom there, and cFive looking like he's taking some risks off the stage. Can't give up that control. You got to hold the center, wait for Pichu to come back. Any good clean hit should do it. Okay.
The forward tilt, clean hit, but cross stage, you cannot hope for much.
No!
Not like this! iLift getting the amazing downer, and that is the risk you run. You. Did he just... He's stone-faced. See, I was happy for iLift for a second there, but then he started Fortnite dancing, and now I'm just like, I'm conflicted.